The file you are about to hear has been thoroughly scrutinized by the Ethics Committee and approved by the O5 Council for release to trusted associates of the Foundation. This is SCP Unredacted. Item number SCP-7991. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. MTF Size 7 Home Improvement is working with locally implanted surveillance agents and Foundation front companies to bring anomalously affected households under Foundation control. Affected individuals may be interviewed by personnel who have attained a Cognitive Resistance Index score of 5.8 of 10 or higher. Cover-up protocols are to be enacted as appropriate to handle the disappearance of anomalously affected persons. Description: SCP-7991 is a spontaneous and currently unpredictable occurrence that affects individuals who have been alone in their homes for a prolonged period of time and who will continue to remain so for the duration of the phenomenon, in spite of any and all unforeseeable circumstances. No pattern or link between affected individuals has been determined. However, the anomaly mainly appears to affect those in high-stress urban environments. Once afflicted by the anomaly, the subjects will complete their daily routine before returning to their bedroom. They will then move an object suitable for sitting down on next to a window situated within the room and will sit there for the remainder of the day with a somber and relaxed expression. During the duration of the anomaly, no adverse weather conditions will arise in the subject's immediate vicinity, with most cases almost always consisting of sunny and cloudy weather. Over the course of the day, the subject will lose the ability to perceive the voices of individuals around them, though will display no distress toward this change. They also appear to become hypersensitive to other stimuli, with a fondness for natural sounds. The affected individual is unable to engage in any meaningful conversation, often expressing confusion when such attempts are made. Upon noticing that they are being spoken to, the subject will glance between their surroundings, the initiator of the conversation, and the window they are seated near with visible tension. After several seconds, the individual then regains their composure, smiles, and politely waves the initiator off before they resume looking back toward the window. The next morning, occurrences coinciding with the start of an SCP-7991 iridescent event will transpire. The following is a transcript of a recorded iridescent event experienced by an anomalously affected subject, henceforth only referred to as Jane due to privacy concerns.
Begin log.
Jane stares out the window during the early hours of the morning. She leans against her chair and tilts her head, tracking the slow cluster of clouds in the distance, hiding the sun behind them, only letting several small strands of light escape through. She watches the clouds intently and slowly turns her attention to the shadow of a large oak tree in the back garden. Its old branches sway with the soft breeze blowing past and creak amidst the sound of rustling leaves. A frog hops toward the tree's base, having jumped out of the garden pond, and takes cover behind it. It croaks in unison with a few chirping crickets in the garden and the two yellow warblers singing atop the tree's branches. A soft rain starts falling. Jane raises her head, looking at the light gray clouds above. The drizzle continues for a while. The warblers puff their feathers and continue to sing. Jane yawns, listening to their songs, mixed with the ambience of the soft rain pattering on the window. A small rainbow appears in the distance, Growing increasingly vivid, it towers up into the clouds. Jane's gaze rises toward it, and she observes it with great interest, highly enamored. A splash is heard from the garden, the frog having jumped back into the pond. The number of chirping crickets, now having been reduced to 1, rings quietly with the birdsong. Jane smiles. Leaning back into her chair, she exhales and closes her eyes. Her chest continues to rise and fall rhythmically as she falls into a deep sleep, listening to the rain and the echoes of a clock monotonously ticking throughout the dull, peeling walls of her home. The clouds part, revealing the sun. Slowly, the sunlight penetrates the window, falling on Jane, lounging. With every passing second, it grows in intensity and brightness, and the ray, golden and pristine, reflects off the slow particles of dust afloat beside her. The camera is soon blinded, the last viewable frame still showing a genial smile on Jane's face. A short period of time later, the light dims. The clouds begin blanketing the sun once more, and gradually the ray grows smaller. An empty chair is revealed.
End log.
The subject invariably disappears in all recorded iridescent events. Of note is that the subject's close family members are observed to overcome their grieving period, find closure, and return to their mundane routines significantly faster than anticipated through the cover-up process. These individuals will then completely forget about the subject over the following months.
Thank you for listening. If you like what you hear, join my Discord community, hire me on Fiverr, or help support me by becoming a patron for as little as $3 a month. Regardless of tier, all patrons get early access to every single episode. The links are in the description. I don't have the talent it takes to write a skip. All I do is read. Original authors make this podcast possible, so credit to the original author. Their link's in the description. Show them some love as well. Consider becoming a member of the SCP Wiki. Upvote their work and maybe write a skip of your own. Maybe I'll read it here someday. You never know if you never try. The content of this podcast and content relating to the SCP Foundation, including the SCP Foundation logo, is licensed under Creative Commons Sharealike 3.0, and all concepts originate from scpwiki.com and its authors. This recording, being derived from this content, is hereby also released under Creative Commons Sharealike 3.0.